So Puri was a laddu.
This I'm having because I'm left the
Not
voice.
sir.
Uncle.
No.
That's a great idea. Very true.
Sugarcane is very, very sweet.
It is?
Very sweet sugarcane. I mean, because it's sugarcane. चलो अभी खत्म हो गया ना?
Beginning to like this. As you said, I don't know why I'm beginning to like this place or my office.
राम बाबू का ना?
इनके तो सारे डिब्बे खुल लेंगे आराम से पेड़ पूजा हो जाए
नहीं मतलब और मिलने वाला है ना मेरे
देखो
को?
खुली तो है एक्चुअली ना मैं
भंडार बोल
थोड़ा
रहे
वीडियो आफ्टर बनना
तो मैं ये रख देती हूँ।
हाँ वो है वहीं पे रख लीजिए ना बाद में नीचे रख दीजिए ना
Raghu doesn't take a speed.
Madam, the glass I want. Madam, the glass I want. The glass I want. For the next serving.
ये is what is this?
हाँ
That's not to be used.
I just
You want?
want और otherwise यहाँ से थोड़ा पानी दे थोड़ा सा दे दो बस। मैंने डाला।
Okay, upper neck is
అక్కడ ఉన్నట్టు మీరు లేదండి
నువ్వు మాస్క్ బాగా వేసుకోవడం
this is sugar cane.
Yeah.
టీవీకి వస్తుంది అదేంటి ప్రొపరేటర్షిప్
ఆ ఇంజిన్లు బాగుంది
దాని తర్వాత ట్రేడ్
ఇంజిన్ లోపల
ఇప్పుడు ప్రొపరేటర్షిప్
ఎల్ఎల్పి ఉంది
Why should I say?
ఎల్ఎల్పి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్
मैंने
నేను
तो पता चलेगा आप
Common understanding is not the event. There is a whole thing about what we are trying to do because we are there in some meeting or not. So this is a discussion. Make it proactive. So for now, let us focus on this event. Any holistic discussion, let's do it after 5:30, and then we will record it and other people can join. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We will go focused on the event only.
And just begin with just a 2-line or a 3-line about what this whole idea is all about. After that you can come.
Sure. So, an overview I'm thinking is just to get on the same page on that, we'll have an intro for sure, a brief intro, and whatever we have discussed so far about the event, whatever we know, we'll present it to you. Then, share your views in terms of what aspects you want to take up, and that way we know who is doing what. And then, finally, whoever is there, I'm thinking we should also contextualize it to our journey and our something like this is happening, and start by doing it to the influencers or the leaders. So far the thought is it's invite only for like the CEOs or the leaders of the society. A few people will do a workshop for them. So and then that will be a sponsored event, and we'll raise some funds that are needed for this infrastructure, for some infrastructural gaps at these places, right? So we'll use it for that purpose.
any particular reason why you want to target a CXO and CEOs?
Leaders, it's easy, it's visibility. It's for the sake of announcing, because there's people who are conscious. It is for them. They are the influencers, they are the leaders of this. So they have their team, their family, their friends,
I agree.
and that's it. So we can change that. But see, this is what it is today. If there's something better, we will move to that.
My take, having worked with a category of people, maybe we should come together as a collective first up, a larger fest of the commoners, and then look forward to stepping it up.
So I'll share. See, please keep your comments and different. I'll tell the whole story for the
That's
benefit of
all right.
everyone,
Yeah.
and then we will discuss all the terms. So this is for those few people, like 5 to 10 or 20 people maximum, invite only, whom we know that they are conscious already. It's not just the CEOs. They happen to be this, but they are predominantly conscious beings already, right? So people like that. But how the structure of so the structure of how we thought the workshop should be is it's on a weekend. Friday evening they come to the venue and then there is a meet and greet and breaking of the ice, and then there's dinners and there is reflections where this thing happens, and then they retire for the day. This is on Friday evening, right? They all come together. On Saturday morning they will have initially they will have a session of pranayama and dharana and dhyana by Dr. Garu, and then breakfast, and then there will be that's when there will be first thing is on Saturday morning starts with an experiential. This farming happening. It's about a 27-acre farm. Farming happening. There was a school which is shut down now. There are some girls living there for employment training purposes, and then there's our sessions can happen there. So that's another place. This is also about 15 kilometers between Chevella and Shankarpet.
Very close to Pragati.
Close to Pragati. Yes.
You can go by this route.
Yes. Both sides we can.
I visited there 1 month back and then seen how they make jaggery. They do the
Traditional method.
Yeah.
traditional method. They make oil,
Oils.
and I wanted to talk to you. They have a lot of oil and rice already there. If they have some distributors available, you must help them because they're all done in that mode. So she has stocked it there because retailers are not there, and she don't want to give it to anybody because that price she will not get. The quality is her main.
Yeah. So that is there. So that we have these two places in the US where we can start, and there are a few other options, but these are ready for doing that. Right? So there is this call for now. Let's go for a celebration, and then spread this word out to the other people that something like this is happening, and start by doing it to the influencers or the leaders. Okay. So far the thought is it's invite only for like the CEOs or the leaders of the society. A few people will do a workshop for them. So and then that will be a sponsored event, and we'll raise some funds that are needed for this infrastructure, for some infrastructural gaps at these places. Right? So we'll use it for that purpose.
Any particular reason why you want to target the CXOs and the CEOs?
Leaders, it's easy, visibility. It's for the sake of announcing. Because there's people who are conscious, it is for them. They are the influencers, they are the leaders of this, so they have their team, their family, their friends.
I agree.
And that's it. So we can change that. But see, this is what it is today. If there's something better, we can move to that.
My take, having worked with that category of people, maybe we should come together as a collective first up, a larger fest of the commoners, and then look forward to stepping it up.
So I'll share. See, please keep your comments and different. I'll tell the whole story for the benefit of everyone, and then we will discuss all the doubts. So this is for those few people, like 5 to 10 or 20 people maximum, invite only, whom we know that they're conscious already. It's not just the CEOs. They happen to be this, but they're predominantly conscious beings already, right? So people like that. But how the structure of the structure of how we thought the workshop should be is it's on a weekend. Friday evening they come to the venue and then there is a meet and greet and breaking of the ice, and then there's dinners and there is reflections where this thing happens, and then they retire for the day. This is on Friday evening, right? They all come together. On Saturday morning they will have initially they will have a session of pranayama and dharana and dhyana by Dr. Garu, and then breakfast, and then there will be that's when there will be first thing is on Saturday morning starts with an experiential session, and then breakfast, and then there are a few sessions that are planned, like one for food, there are a few sessions planned, okay? And then there will be lunch, and post lunch it will be discussions and reflections and doubt clarification amongst them. Then 5 to 7 there will be another discussion where they will try to they will give us back as to what they have gathered now that their understanding is in terms of conscious living, what should happen and what is it that they've understood. They share with the group. This is all with that small group. And after that, then dinner, retire. And next day morning, Sunday morning, all the artisans, that is when the Mela will happen. Or the celebration will happen that time. These people will come to that as well, and they will share to the wider audience their experience also. That is one part of it. And then the artisans will be sharing their stuff, and they can also have like potters and weavers and things like that. They will be there, the traditional ones. And then there will be people from different skills like photography or different skills that are there who are they can come and teach, and they can exhibit this thing. There could be, like, just as an example I am telling, Raghunandan is coming up with an app for gamification of this process. So there could be launch of that or sharing of that as to what it does and how it is relevant to people. And things of this, there could be art and drama and things like that set up for. So that is the fair, and then there will be some food carts and food courts, and after that it will run till evening, and that's where it will discuss.
To get it right, we are talking about DCXOs, coming on a Friday, and they go through Friday, they go through Saturday. On Sunday is the Mela, where everybody is part of it.
Normal people, everyone comes. That is the Mela, one day Mela. Where commoners, everyone is invited, media, everyone is invited. So this is the structure so far, and draft of the structure. And then what it does is, we invoke this, and there is something continuing after that. So there is workshops that will happen at the places that are there. So that continuation will be there. So for smaller people, for regular people, whoever is interested, they can come and they can start having these sessions. There are different things planned, like one for 3 specifically for education, 2 for students, 1 for teacher training, and then there's conscious living workshops. So these kind of things are already planned. More workshops can be planned as we have a permanent place running, so that as and when people also come forward, they have some aspect, like Manmohan Reddy garu wanted to do for farming something. So they can start once we have a place where we can do, and the people like-minded. And this roti kapda makan health and education is common. So people can start having focus group whenever there is an issue that comes up that they need solution from a bigger crowd. Those things can happen when they have to test something out and see that place can happen, things like that. That's like the overall thing.
The point is, there are lot of activities happening. Can we make a difference?
I think that's where my question
Yeah,
is as
that's
well.
one.
Yeah.
And there is a place where now, why we wanted to move it very fast. There is a place like a TSR farm. They are running it for last few years. Now the school closed this year. They are thinking of letting out to somebody, but their consciousness is not permitting to give it to somebody else. If anybody can take it over and run it like, a share basis or something, that could be one place where we can develop. There is a proposal from them. If you want, we are ready to share for you, right? Because that school and that organization is under her daughter's name, and daughter is no more. So they want to do some social cause activity under their umbrella. Number 1. Number 2, their second daughter and father, that they wanted to shift it to city because his health is not well. So there is some reason for them to give. So if you can, but for this conference and open program, I don't think that's a good place.
More than the place, I think I'm still in an
please.
overhead, I would say, with so many times when you talk about conscious people that big leaders of an organization, they struggle to drive down those values putting out the structure, right? I think what's even more important is to get those young people, or even for that matter, those conscious minds, to figure out how we can drive those value or the value chain within an organization itself. And that's been a constant struggle which I have been facing with our company, which I've been working with for the past 5 years. We've been constantly working to figure it out, but it's not happening. Okay. So when you limit this event to 5-10 people whomsoever, fine, I understand they would possibly be going through a certain experience of sorts. I still feel you might possibly open it to 30, 40, 50 people whatsoever, if at all, and make it a paid model. We don't need to find sponsors. क्योंकि ये लोग there are enough people with enough money. And then CHOs की बात कर रहे हो तो वैसे पैसा
See,
बहुत है.
one option what we are thinking of this venue is probably Nagaratnam Naidu has a farm that is 30 kilometers. That may be the nearest best sample we can have such a program. I don't know whether anyone of you have seen. Nagaratnam Naidu has a farm where he has got university. Right? Yeah, near Ramoji.
Yes.
So one of the thing is that first day program we can plan it in Ramoji. So as he says, there is no limit to required because Ramoji Film City has got enough accommodation facility, right? So everything is available. So we can have a larger audience. Even 100 is not a big problem, right? We can open it up to large number
Yes.
because there is a variety of accommodation is also available. You want whatever range you want, it's available. 6,000 to 600 rupees is also available, right? So I'm sure anybody who wants can join that. Maybe the Sunday thing we can have it in Nagaratnam Naidu's because it's only 10 kilometers, half an hour drive, and that is close to city.
Which is that place?
Nagaratnam Naidu's Ramoji Film City.
Is on the one side of the road, the Vijayawada highway. On the similar other side of the road is the farm. So both have a
Opposite.
road connectivity is great. Access to the place is great. People all know Ramoji Film City. Easy to. So that
And that will be also one. No.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, all of us are going to spend so much energy.
Yeah.
Let it go on.
Yeah,
Let's- we
What
can-
is this is correct. Because even it is for 10 people or 100 people,
Effort
the
totally doesn't
effort
need
is
that.
same.
Effort is that is why we have this, right? So Ante.
And let people, whomsoever cannot pay, then let them write to us. We'll figure it out.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have 5,000 rupees room, you have 500 rupees
नहीं,
room
अगर
also.
वो भी नहीं दे पा रहे हैं कोई, let them write to us, no?
We can do that. See, the thing about getting it sponsored is not to make money out of this anyways, na?
No,
If there is an
what I'm
opportunity
saying,
that
नहीं, ये free का चक्कर दे करके बहुत कुछ दिया भाई, नहीं करना है
then
मेरे
it is not. So it could be sponsored by the fees of the participants also, and so it will be a paid event is what I meant. Whether paid by the participants, sponsored by the participants fees, and also sponsored as
No, both can happen.
Both can happen, yeah. It will generate revenue, which is not for profit, but will go into this infrastructural fund. That is, we need that thing to get these get these farms up to shape, like some accommodation building and this getting some showers and this kind of. We have an estimate. We know that much. So it's
For
about
that there is a simple language. Put the figure, whatever amount, and below that you mention suggested contribution. Whatever you said, rewardless.
No, we need large money. Assume that you wanted to set up something for a permanent activity which can happen.
And this is for the school space you're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
so that we can make that as an active place
yes.
where people can feel the farm, people can go there and then stay for a few days. Present that is not that status. So if you want to build it up,
If you want to have a feel like that,
yeah,
maybe put 5,000 and 10,000.
That's what I'm
Below
saying.
that you mention suggested contribution.
Certainly.
Definitely.
And because it will be an event,
no,
There
this
is-
is only one suggestion. If anybody has got a better option,
Yes.
better place, we are not stick to TSR farm. That's only what we have been going around many farms. Probably 10, 15 I have seen in the last 1 year looking for such a place. This is one we thought where it will work. Nagaratnam Naidu is also I have seen,
all
but
the ones which
we have no way to construct something there. As it is, it's a big job, if at all we want. Here there is a structure available and there is a kitchen available. There are people who are staying there only to add little more. And it's not very far.
and it's active farming
Your
is that
phone?
with bullock carts.
Yeah.
Somebody.
We need a better patch.
You call him back.
Maybe, we'll see. Please, ma'am.
So, this is only what came to our mind because last day Vijay and Manmohan ji went there. One day I and Manmohan ji went. So we had many places we went. Myself and Manmohan ji went to many places. Nagaratnam Naidu also we went. We wanted to have a place. Actually, Manmohan ji also has got a 10 acres land, but that's 100 kilometers. 80 kilometer, 100 kilometer is there. But from city, maybe These are the two nearest ones we could locate.
Namaste, sir. Sorry, Bodhan Bukal attended.
So he's Manmohan. He's the one who
Yeah, we spoke.
So any other place, that is one.
Yes.
Number one. Is it all right? Is it time or are we matured enough to go? Number two question. Number three, if at all we are deciding we will go, when it could be. Okay, that's why the question is WW, 5 wife and 1 husband. Last. If you decide on 5 wife, the last.
And to make it much more abundantly clear to me and a few others, what are the outcomes you are expecting to showcase or achieve?
Outcome is like we need to have a place where we can have. We are meeting like this now. The larger perspective is we must be able to meet with a larger number of friends, families, so that they are tasting the life of conscious living. Otherwise, we are all thinking we know. Then there are a lot of sharing required probably to understand. Many people think the biggest problem in the world is everybody think I am healthy. Right.
I also think that.
The biggest trauma is we are all putting our trauma inside our body. Some people are putting their trauma in their manas. Right? Some people have trauma in their brain. So we need to shut them out first. We need a place.
And please continue that. You said you wanted to have a larger place.
Yeah, larger place where we can have such activities.
Okay.
So that, as he says, there are a lot of people who are not exposed to this.
And such activities means
Yeah, such activities, maybe we need a weekend, people can come and stay there for a holiday.
No, I think he's asking for examples.
Yeah,
of
that's what I'm saying.
How-
Where they can get a feel of farming, they can get a feel of cooking, right? They can get a feel of the natural food as it is. We all know, oh, this is good, but everybody has a problem how to start cooking. Now you know how to make an oil, I don't know. The oil is the bottle, everybody get it. Okay, but how do we make it? In my childhood, I have seen how we make it. We make it in our own house. We don't buy anything. Coconut is there, we know how to make it. Right? We make it for a week. More than that, we don't make. Now everything is coming bottle. Definitely, when it comes in bottle, there is many things added. Assume today I want to go back to that. Maybe somebody else want to go back. Who will teach? There could be a lot of questions. We want to have such a life, but how to have it? Where to have it? Who will teach me?
so are you talking about a natural and a
Everything.
natural and a holistic living?
Natural, holistic living, understanding our own self.
And this is going to be a natural and holistic living retreat.
It will be a continuous place where people can come and stay, feel it. They may stay for a month, they may stay for a week, they may stay for 2 days only.
So workshops will be of different durations and things like that.
Many
depending on-
depends. Anybody can come up with. Assume that you wanted to share some knowledge which you have. There's a place available. Right? Anybody who wanted to have such a place. Now Anahata is a new addition. As soon as we knew that no, there is a place already available, we could also have it in that place. Nothing wrong. Because they are also giving kitchen on food only. The rest of the things for any such purposes it's available.
It's a platform.
Yeah, it's a platform.
Only for causes like this.
And now assume that we want to get into the next generation. We need to have some materialistic activity like learning, studying, preparing for exams, in which give this as a small portion. Right? Create a lot of activities where we can attract teachers. They are the messengers actually. Teachers are the messengers. So get teachers who will understand this, make them to stay there, conduct programs for them. So we have a platform.
It should be a most happening place.
Yeah.
Most happening place.
What do you mean by most happening?
Activity should be this kind of activities. You want to share something from you. This is a platform. You can come and showcase. You can come and distribute.
Now we have smaller places. Ram Babu's house is a happening place. Right? We have lots of such places. Many people come to my house to learn. That's also a happening place. Now, can we have all these houses together put in one place? This is the question.
Is that possible again?
Yeah, we will have it.
I see the greed coming through.
Ram Babuji,
By the way,
you need a table with a gas and a stove, and the rest of the things will come.
This workshop will be 24/7.
Yeah, 24/7.
365. So
Got it? We have lot of such small happening places. He has a great idea of Fecomath.
Go.
Fecomath.
Penko month.
Decomath.
देखो मत.
अरे
अच्छा,
Penko,
वो वाला फेको मत.
Fecomath 2 times ago, they didn't understand. Decomath, immediately he got up.
I was thinking of FAKE.
Fake, that is only there.
Hi.
I mean, that's the name you use against your own.
Don't throw.
Don't throw.
Anti-litter campaign.
Wealth from waste. Limiting it.
These ideas are
Throw no.
See, now Manmohan ji is actually taking all the natural farming, agro farming to many places. But we are not having a sample to show this is what it is working for perfectly well.
Exactly.
So we have some place water is there but more water. Right? So we need a place where we can show this, exhibit.
Beautiful.
And TSR farms already have 14 people working from Bengal. They are there for last so many months. So it's a working place. We don't want them
She allotted 4 acres land on the name of the trust.
trust, which we can use. That's what 4 or 7.
Actually,
Yes,
because
sir.
of she is more into holistic
Yeah.
pranayama, pranic healing and all. She wants to do such kind of activities and all. That's why she started.
Why do we need money? What for?
See, that place is not a livable place today.
And I think what
We want to lift it up to a place where decent, maybe 10-20 people to live. We may require some 3-4 lakhs. If it is for 50 people, little more decent, we may require some 15 lakhs. So anywhere between 5 to 15 lakhs, we will have to put it, right? So do we want to put some individual to put and make it like a commercial thing, or do we want to have a collective thing where we can have a activity like this? That's what we are thinking.
Another point is we are discussing on 2 different things. One is about a place where we can actually go ahead and celebrate every time we want to do an activity per se. Another is the fest itself. I think what we can do is we can discuss about the fest. We can possibly talk about an infrastructure which we would require as a commune, say, to celebrate this or keep it ongoing forever. ठीक है? 50 लोगों के लिए डिजाइन करना है या 100 लोगों के लिए डिजाइन करना है. This can be a go-to target for us. जिसके लिए जो properties आपने देखी है, we can catalog those locations, देखते हैं plus minus, and then eventually arrive at a certain amount जो अपने को fundraise करना है.
Yeah, we need not restrict it to one place also.
That's what I'm saying.
We could have 2-3 places. Why should we have one place?
Absolutely. So वो जो है उसको कैटलॉग कर करके प्लस माइनसेस कर करके उसमें हम लोग फंडिंग कैसे करना देख लेते हैं.
ये volunteer also.
Yeah, somebody put that to
Radha Swami Satsang. There, everything happened voluntarily. The architect is a follower of the craft. He will come and he give his total thing till it happens the structure.
True.
Okay. He will bring like that. You can make.
Yes. అదే నేనేమంటున్నానంటే మనము ఒక 3-4 లొకేషన్స్ వెళ్ళారు. అవన్నీ కూడా క్యాటలాగ్ చేసుకొని ఎక్కడ ఏమేమి ఉన్నది ఫెసిలిటీస్, దాంట్లో ఏం మనం చేయగలుగుతాము, ఎక్కడ ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి, లేదు అనుకుంటే చలో అది పక్కన పెట్టేయచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే మనం ఇక్కడేమో ఒక ఫెస్ట్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటాం, అది ఒక లైన్ ఆఫ్ థాట్, అది క్లోజ్ చేసుకొని దీనికి కావాలంటే సెపరేట్గా మాట్లాడచ్చు అంటున్నాను.
It could go parallel. Probably the place identifying and activity starting there in a smaller program will happen much earlier than the festival also. See, assume that we all wanted to meet, instead of this, go and meet in TSR farm next week.
Right.
We planned that.
Right.
We want to have next week, go and stay in TSR farm. Feel what is lacking there. Lift it up slowly. We need not to make it a 5-star straight,
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was one. See, in between the Jain temple in Bongir, they also came. We have a facility there unused. If you want to use it, we are open. So many people are coming.
Great.
So that's why I'm saying not one place. We could have many such places. See, even Nagaratnam Naidu's is okay, but only 2-3 people can stay, not more than that. That's a beautiful place. 3 people can stay.
Jain temple,
Jain temple is in Bongir.
Bongir,
Bongir there.
or in the village.
No, Bongir on the way, on the Bongir on the left side. I have seen it while construction. You just search Bongir Ganesha Mandir or something, you will see that beautiful location. Construction beautiful, and they have guest house also.
Yeah, and they went to go get another farm, the Green Acres.
Green Acres.
Green Acres.
Very nice.
Very nice.
That's what I'm saying. We will see lot of such places around.
My quick suggestion is, see, our basic idea is all about we getting into better conscious living. Number one. Second thing is share the culture of conscious living among people. And as such, as on date, as you have somewhere touched that, there are so much of infrastructure available, less utilized, improperly utilized, and so on. I think we should primarily be, instead of getting stuck in a place, we should primarily be traveling monks on certain directions. This week we met here. Next
That's what I'm
week,
saying.
next place, Y place.
That's what I'm suggesting.
So it's like a carnival.
That's what I'm
This
suggesting.
carnival we keep moving.
And we tell the people that every time we are in different locations, and it need not be restricted to only Telangana and Andhra Pradesh alone.
Absolutely.
It will be spreading out.
In Uttarakhand
So
has
even announcement
Even
like
if
that.
this structure want to make some modification, we will suggest today what is to be done.
This one.
That's our own aim.
Yes.
within no time we can convert the dormitory.
Maybe you give some ideas of how I can live more consciously,
That's what I'm saying.
or maybe I can get into unconsciousness, whatever, right?
And
So-
we
No,
can
we
also-
see,
we can also be
Srinivas ji,
messengers.
Yes.
Ambassadors for
Finish it.
conscious elements like this.
Yeah.
Something that you are doing.
అంతే సార్ ఇక నేను చెప్తానంటే మనము
Yeah, we don't stuck into one place.
we not stuck. So infra can be a separate discussion altogether అంటున్నాను.
See,
You were saying about festive, let us speak for some time.
And then let's finish that.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
get
so
back to
the
that.
festival
So
part.
basically, Srinivas, the thing is, the intention is not that TSR farm is the prime location and all. We are doing all this for that. Primary thing is we now have already Anahat which is ready with no need for anything. So, but we have to announce it, get the right people to see. Otherwise, we have to do mouth to mouth to mouth. We can do that also. How many other people are there? That is also enough. But we can announce it to a wider audience, and it's a great opportunity for celebration. All the people have come. Now there is energy. Now different activities are happening. This is like an opportunity to celebrate. That is the intent behind it. Raising of the funds is a byproduct. Anyways, we can do that because so much value is added there. And then sharing it to other people. One of the idea was to invite other city people who are similar. They can come and join and see how we are doing it, and they can do it. Go back and do it. And so
Srinivas
this-
ji, Anahat board will be here in this place, and your board will be there in Anahat's place.
Finally,
You
it is
understand?
not. We are not moving.
So you
All
get
the
one
places
of
are
these and
also-
give it to me. I'll put it in my place, and we'll put it in different places.
In fact, in a commercial language, if I speak out, some of you must be knowing BNI.
That's it.
Very
Okay.
well.
This is
That's
what-
You're talking about a BNI.
See,
conscious
the other
living.
day I was telling Arun, as soon as I seen him, your product, if you place it there, I told straight away, I have placed there.
Absolutely.
Whether 10 people come or 1 month, one person come, doesn't matter, no.
But in BNI, and I'm not mentioning names, in BNI or some other place, we do not know what is the quality, what is the content, things like that. But here, when we shortlist something, it has to be a qualitative.
Conscious.
Conscious.
We are
See,
conscious
that's
about
the
what's
fundamental
happening.
difference is that is a network. This is a community. You pay to join.
Commune,
the network.
commune.
This is a commune.
Right.
So this is a different level of connection, and they're all predominant thing that is driving is being conscious, not to promote the business. The difference is there. There is that subtle
We do
difference
promote the
between-
business because
Yes.
everybody has to make money, rest of the, otherwise only somebody can sponsor program, you want somebody to sponsor program.
100%.
But Vijay, as I said yesterday, we need to search for some triggering tangible things whereby which people can feel the
Yeah.
power of living consciously.
Antika.
That is the basic mode point that which we should revolve around. The bit that we are sometimes overlooking. See, in that kind of a business making, that is a part of it. You see, everybody got
The thing is,
but at the end of the day, why we are really involving the products, just with the tangible things, we can show that the power of living consciously is this some tangible points where we can show the power of living in conscious. That's the only reason we are choosing a product. Otherwise,
So that's not the only reason.
See-
people need also products and services to survive.
Yeah.
Basic roti, kapda, makan is for survival. You need properly built, properly sold items from proper sources to come and those to be consumed also.
But today the problem is the best product which come. When I went to Arun's
Nothing.
place, rice was there. Immediately we could connect. He said it is from that. When I know that person, he won't give it to any shop
Nothing.
because his rice is too costly for him, and no buyer will buy today in the market. Only such very remote places, maybe few kgs he can sell. That's it. And he don't want to sell it actually.
it's not only that, whereby which at least by consuming that, people have some kind of really connecting to the nature. That's
Oh,
that's
that's
other
something
point.
that's
Not
So
just
go and see that place, stay
Yeah.
there, feel it. Nair is also ready. He says, I will construct a house for you.
Here. Let's not limit the conversation to about product, but the idea here is to make the humans so much more conscious
Yes.
that they understand what to go for.
Yes, that's it.
మనము product చూపించడం కాదు.
No, but without showing a product, if you keep
if
telling,
you-
then anybody can tell in a conference
No,
room.
no, what I'm trying to
Experiencing it.
what I'm trying to say is let's not brand. It could be a brand Nair or it could be a brand somebody else.
See, for example, when I tell you that I can make oil from this, you ask me to show, stay with me for a 1 day, I will show you how to make it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So वो वाला the process एक है, product एक है, ठीक है. तो वो process को जब आप जानना शुरू करोगे, then you get conscious of getting attached to the process is what makes the beauty of the product.
Yeah, that's
So our process is what we want to actually get into.
to get it. Yeah. That is why it's all knowledge
That's what
sharing.
I'm saying. To enjoy the power of living in conscious,
Yeah.
what are the tangible things whereby which we can experience? That's the reason.
Yeah.
Basic point is that.
Okay.
And if we go,
I
for the
think
sake of speaking, we
he
speak.
has summed it up in the first meeting itself कि रोटी कपड़ा मकान.
Yes.
ठीक है.
And education
ये-
helps.
education
Knowledge.
To start with.
हाँ, वो तो उसके साथ में चलने वाली चीज़ है.
Yeah.
एक छोटा सा बहुत छोटा सा जिसको सब थोड़ा उल्टा सीधा कर दे रहे हो. हमको शुरू से सिखाया गया है कि बेस रोटी कपड़ा मकान इज बेसिक. वो सबसे वही से गलती करना चालू कर दिया है. वो बेसिक नहीं है. कपड़ा तो बेसिक बिल्कुल ही नहीं है. एक्चुअली कपड़ा का तो जरूरत ही नहीं है, खास करके साउथ इंडिया में, ठीक है ना. तो वो बेसिक बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. हाँ, खाना बोल सकते हैं बेसिक है. बेसिक है पानी और वेस्ट का जो है उसको सही तरीके से करना, वो बेसिक है. उसके बाद खाना हो गया, उसके बाद घर, कपड़ा लास्ट में. वो बिल्कुल बेसिक नहीं है, बिकॉज कपड़ा इज ओनली टू शो व्हाट यू आर. इट इज अ लैंग्वेज, दैट्स नॉट बेसिक.
एक बात बोलना चाहता हूँ इस चीज़ में.
So I will take that point, but we'll move into the we'll have to move into the
Yeah.
actual event.
हाँ, छोड़ो. हाँ, तो
No,
वही बोल रहा
that
हूँ.
is a great point actually. But understand, no war in this world is fought for roti, kapda, makan. It's all fought for freedom and power.
No, but
And to produce all of
Aam Aadmi's everyday fight is for that. That's every day.
Exactly. But that is the point है, क्योंकि आपका जो इंडस्ट्री के हिसाब से देखा जाए ना, आप फार्मा को निकाल दीजिए और आम फेयर को निकाल दीजिए, सबसे हाईएस्ट टर्नओवर जो इंडस्ट्री है वो कपड़े का इंडस्ट्री है. फास्ट फैशन हैज गॉट द हाईएस्ट इंडस्ट्री मार्केट वैल्यू.
हाँ, वो बात सही है, बट वो बेसिक नहीं है. वो बताइए.
मैम
No,
आप
I think-
I'm not saying.
आप conscious
I think our
of-
proposal should be
Luxury.
a fight against pharma should be the first proposal. That is more important than.
Kapda is just like a makeup. That's it. Or
Absolutely,
hairstyle, that's all.
absolutely.
Nothing else.
But sir, I would say if people know what a good alternative to that is,
Exactly.
we don't need to eliminate that. That will wither away. But
That is what
Absolutely,
we are
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
By conscious living,
That's
what
what
we
we are
is
doing.
we are fighting against pharma.
But we are setting up a new norm rather than going into activism. The difference is that we are striving towards a new norm. There are people who are doing activism also, policy to all levels. There needs to be a new norm also. The new way of living is also this is that kind of work.
so
And
it's
otherwise
like it's like the irony of war for peace.
Yes.
You could establish peace and war will stop on its own.
Ante kada. So we'll get back to the event. So
Ah.
the
Yeah,
thing
let's
is,
talk. Yeah.
हाँ, बोल मैंने तो टाइप खत्म हो
the
जाएगा.
thing is, so now we know that there are places and there are options, and the options will keep coming.
Question is
And-
when.
Huh.
Well, let us take all the
So
WWF.
let's go with, so everyone kind of understands. Everyone understands the why behind the event now.
No, what the
Why we are doing that celebration? People, I think we want to use celebration word more because instead of event is celebration is everyone coming together and doing is utsav or celebration. Festival is we do it at home.
Utsav only.
Exactly. So let's
Let's
use
call it
utsav.
as
Event is a very this thing. So we wanted to use utsav or celebration. So utsav is what I will use. So we will be having it. Reason is everyone comes together to celebrate. That is why it is.
What is
utsav.
conscious living in Telugu?
Now
I
we
mean,
are-
close to
that is
చైతన్యమైన మనం. చైతన్యం.
Chaitanya.
సహజీవనం.
Sahajivan. Actually, Sahajivanam is the right. Sahajivana
Sahajivana.
Sahajivana Utsav.
Jivana.
Sahajivana Utsav.
చైతన్యం.
Sahajivanam is said. Sahajivanam is better.
Okay.
Chaitanya is too loaded.
Sahajivana.
That is too
Utsav.
complicated.
Too loaded.
చైతన్యం యాక్టివిజం.
రెండు కావాలి కదా, యాక్టివిటీ కావాలి.
చైతన్యం యాక్టివిజం. యాక్టివిజం.
విప్లవం అంటే కదా యాక్టివిజం.
Rambabu, can you sit little closer? Push him little, pull him closer. No?
One small
Little closer.
దాంట్లో రావట్లేదంట. మీరు ఇట్లా ఇటు వచ్చేయండి.
Inka will curve. You can come forward.
Little more. Little more.
So Vishakha ji is there and
Yeah, good.
We'll have meet actually.
One small thing.
One more thing is, as I said, first your technicalities.
She wants to
What
say
I-
something.
I want to say one thing. No matter whatever we say conscious living or we are trying to say something or anything, we can keep on saying anything, okay? But the people have to listen to it. In the sense, they must be looking for something which we are filling that gap.
Yes.
Otherwise, no matter how much ever you tell, just like democracy, everybody has freedom to speak, but nobody listens. So, what we are trying to tell is secondary thing. Are they feeling, oh, there is something missing?
How do
in
you
their
make it
life?
attractive? That's the
They
question.
are missing in something, and now this is the right thing. That this is feeling what you are missing. This is going to fill it up. So that thing should go, and that should be spread out, or that message should go. Then only it is going to work. Otherwise, nobody will.
For this, I have a quick suggestion. You see, people of various consciousness will be there in this world, and certain consciousness we can immediately not be able to match. It's not possible.
Yes.
So whoever is coming closer to this kind of a frequency, to them this message has to somehow go.
Now that it is available.
So
what you are seeking, we are there. Kind
So
of
therefore, your concept document, a concept do we mean do we have the document?
Yeah.
A concept document is very urgent now, and this document, when it is spread out into some sort of a similar thinking people,
Is there
that
any
is when
online somebody is there? Then put it.
so that is where we are going to get the numbers, and once the numbers keep increasing.
How the numbers will come? Is it a
So now these 10 people are here, right? So we all have some common frequency because of which we came, correct? Definitely like us, there will be at least another lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore people all around somewhere spread out. So we need to reach somehow to them. We need to communicate. For that, I suggest a concept document. And once this concept document is there, we will start circulating this concept document among people and say that this is what is happening. If you're interested, come and join. And play a part.
So today our digital communication.
Very easy to reach.
No, what I will tell you, we had some plan, we thought about it.
Yes.
We want each one of you to make a small 2-minute video about your concept, and we will post it and then circulate the link. Let whoever wants look at it.
That is one thing.
No, we will have many.
And
Same
a collective,
concept.
this also, whatever you said we'll have, in addition to that, a collective concept document, which we can keep on improving.
Make as many people
From
as
time
you
to
want.
time we can
You
keep
through your
improving.
connection.
What is the platform or what is the?
We will share it. We will post it onto YouTube and share it to everyone.
So it's in that. That's when you say, do we have a boat in which all these things? I mean, is there a platform?
We can have a playlist.
conscious
No,
living
already
kind
one
of-
playlist is there consciously.
Yeah, I think that best suggestion
Whatever
is,
is already there, I have
So
to
we
take
keep
conscious
posting
living,
it to them.
which is already posted.
as Dr. TPS
Send it, we will
suggested,
post it.
my idea of conscious living,
Yeah,
that
that's
will be
what
the
I'm saying.
common topic. Okay.
We will ask
say
many people
your
to
idea of
contribute.
conscious living, 2 minutes. Your idea. Your
Everybody's.
idea. All that will be.
So many people speaking, definitely that will itself,
Then the other people say,
Other people
I
also.
also have an idea. They will come.
we will make all of them to share.
See,
You do.
आगे अपने
we
आप
can,
करो।
we
और
can,
कोई ऐसा?
see, we are going in.
Is the gate closed?
Your son?
Hey, move little bit.
Gate closed.
Push the chair.
The chair.
One of the chair.
Vishaka कर ले।
Keep it back.
Conscious living begins at entry.
Begins at entry.
और son.
Gate begins at entry.
I'm translated by voice. What's your name?
So I have taken a note of all these action items. If there's anyone who's getting more action items out of these ideas, take a note of it and we can share it in the group as well.
रोटी कपड़ा मकर और जो उसमें है वो पानी और गार्बेज तीनों को ऐड कर दो।
हाँ,
रोटी बनने के लिए पानी
हाँ,
चाहिए
See,
हाँ।
मेरा
घर बनने के लिए पानी चाहिए।
My your conscious वाला जो भी होगा ना, उसमें you add it and then it will come out.
ऐसे कर लो ना उसमें 5 पॉइंट। हाँ।
Absolutely.
और कपड़े को लास्ट में
Seems to be that's her favorite topic.
मेरा जी कच्चा बोलते
No, don't go into that.
you want to irritate her
Rambabuji daily I am on this because from my kitchen there is a waste and throw. I said don't turn waste and throw it. I am putting it as a manual to my banana tree.
I know how to irritate you
चप्पल निकाल के थोड़ी चलता पड़ी था तो बोले तो चप्पल ही
That is another side joke. See, 5:30 if you have to close, some people see. At least today's outcome, what we are trying to get.
Okay, when is when?
No, when? Question is when? Double.
Huh.
Next double.
So when do we have the event?
June.
When you
June,
suggested
date.
see, basically
June.
see, when people are thinking in terms of what I need to give and what I need to get. Based on that only you answer. Because you should be able to contribute during that timing. Otherwise, after 2 days also we can have the event, but which is not practical. No? So we are talking about celebration Vishakati. When we will have it, it is to get all the people have an announcement and then start if there's a create that vibration and start that there is some activity happening and there will be continuous activities happening. So this will be start one inciting incident. We are creating a catalyst sort of a thing.
So
Right?
sowing season में रखो इसको.
When is which is
Sowing season.
which is
maybe June
June.
end.
June.
June end.
So June end is
Before, I mean, that's when you actually put the seed, no?
June, July it starts. So
Sowing season, I'm saying.
what are you saying? What are you saying?
Sowing
Now
season.
every time has
What
become
about
so.
that time?
The date.
You have the celebration at that time.
I mean, whatever
I
event.
was going to, in fact, I got a feeling that you're going to have some kind of a pre-event working.
That will be done
working
many
That
times.
will
So
continue.
which means we are not time bound by 5:30.
No.
Then overnight we are there. We go into night.
Yes.
Then some of these elements at least will fall
Yes,
in place.
yes, yes.
So we may
So
not
that
have everybody on board.
Yes.
But there may be others who are just watching and observing.
Yes.
But few elements will at least fall in place for that carnival or what for that
100%, 100%.
अच्छा लेकिन
so
पहले
that is as Dr.
Because sir, let me honestly say, against the faces that I see here, I have a few keywords, that's all, and some auditory input. But I have not seen any of you in action. Neither have you seen me in action. So it's good to see, live with you, stay with you, hear more, do more, because we just had 1 minute or 2 minutes introduction of each other. That's all I've had.
That is why we are saying that is what we need. So we need to have some places. That is where we said immediately. Maybe next week we will go some farm,
So
some
this
Anahata,
coming week we
stay
can
there
go-
for a few days.
As we are on the topic, this coming week we can go one night stay at Anahat. All of these aspects and the other things we can discuss there and also feel Anahat that is ready for going. So if, I'm taking that as a point. I will put it in the group. So please volunteer and pick a date.
No, we can fix a date now and then decide.
then tell the date.
That we should do it.
अब next
Tuesday.
weekend को जाओ ना.
Weekend.
Saturday
It is
को
Whichever
एक
day
दिन
is
में
okay
होता
for
है.
many people.
So tell na.
एक दिन में कुछ नहीं होता. ये एक दो दिन रखना. काम करना है तो 2 दिन चाहिए.
Yes, perfect. And
तो
then
Saturday and Sunday to
Saturday sunrise we can do a sunrise drive and then come back for sunset drive on
Sunset
Sunday.
on Sunday. Yeah.
Certain. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Date क्या है उसमें?
7-8.
7-8 is okay. We'll fix that. If there's any change, we'll do that. Okay, fine.
Anyway, I will miss. I will not be there.
7-8. I'm
You will not be there.
I am not there.
You will not
7 to
Kerala.
Then
no,
don't pick
7
that
to 9 I am in
Then
Bombay.
don't pick that.
No, no, no problem. See, I think don't worry about somebody is there or not. You fix and go ahead. See, if you wait
Or
for
Friday,
1 or 2%,
Saturday.
then another week somebody else will not be.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Always with that thing.
It's all sharing. It is not that once only we can go there, na? You
So
first
you-
try, you will
it's
go
like
second
you
time.
ask everybody
But this
who-
first meeting is important. So I feel
Good enough.
it's all right if people assume importance, it's good. There are some people who are taking the lead. If you see, I know he's very keenly observing. He's participating in a way. But there are others who are participating more actively. I think at least those members should
Will be there.
be there.
You are there, Manmohan is there, Srikanth.
Seventh, eighth, I'm not
Yeah,
there.
okay, no problem.
Vijayendra,
You are there?
ask
Am I-
everybody
Eh,
how
Arun is
many
there?
of them are
Eighth-
bound by the
eighth मात्र
weekday
हो गया।
weekend business.
हाँ अभी बोल रहे हैं ना.
See, you, Srinivas ji is here.
I am told full
Yeah.
week is the same.
She is here.
Whether it is
So
a
enough,
regular
4 or 5
weekend
people are there, fix them.
Yeah.
6 to 8, I'm not here.
So then in that case, let's pick a weekday na.
No, you finish it, then we will go some other time again.
But we can go on Thursday evening and come on Friday, Thursday morning and Friday evening.
See?
We can come. That's a better time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask everybody who is not available on that time.
Okay. Next, move on to next.
Next
We'll
point,
come
we come back to
some
this
time.
now.
Don't
We'll
drag.
get stuck otherwise.
Yes.
Okay. So when is at a sowing season, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is sure. Let's do that.
I think July, August would be a good time. We'll have enough time to do the programming. Programming करने के
But we,
बाद
we
advertising
need to
करना
have
है.
experience. Put it
पूरा
together.
करने के बाद जुलाई, I mean sorry, August would be a great time is what I feel. थोड़ा ठंडा भी हो जाएगा तब तक.
See, August till February is a very good period for a lot of these things to happen.
ठीक है. So then August. We'll pick August.
No, we were trying June, July, but no
Ah.
festivals also to club. We don't have any festivals. To some reason for people
But
to
yeah,
come.
but festival जब होगा लोग नहीं आते हैं.
Yeah, no, but still
वो
nowadays.
अपने-
अगस्त से चालू हो जाता है, श्रावण मासम से जो चालू होता है वो खत्म ही नहीं होता है, और इसलिए उसके
July.
So when
July
is
is
जिनको
a-
जिनको आना
जुलाई
है
में
ना वो
July
नहीं आते
ఇవన్నీ నువ్వు చూస్తున్నావు కదా. ఇప్పుడు బయట
Because
గడ్డలు
we are not
ఏమి-
targeting a mass.
ఇలానే
Yes.
When we are targeting
മുഠിയാ തെലങ്കാനയിലുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടില് പുഴക്കൊട്ടുണ്ടാകത്തില്ല.
Rakata.
But puഴക്കൊട്ട is bit better.
खाना पीना शुरू हो गया.
you just find the gap of the things which
See the
happen.
basic thing is
These are other
overview of क्या हुआ था इसमें. People are मेरे लिए हम लोग हमारे इधर में बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ, हाँ, बोलिए।
Common theme that I mentioned. Health, education, consciousness, spirituality is base.
Now, like looking
Other
at
than that, health, education, roti, kapda, makan and waste management.
तो इसमें पानी और waste।
हाँ, पानी, रोटी में पानी आता है वैसे.
नहीं, नहीं, पानी अलग है।
पानी waste, ये common है ना.
you know, healthy eating.
Now, we also found a place where we wanted workshops.
I
Two
like
places
my
of- one place is ready, one place it's a little bit of infrastructural upgrade. Both have different qualities, but both are very very good.
So we may get some more better places also.
And
We
this
will go and feel, stay there for 1 or 2 days. We will know whether you have a better place. Both are the same places.
Ante.
All our meetings will be in such places from here.
Yes. So
Alright.
Overnight meetings we will do and we will be discussing
Yes.
the things what will happen.
and agenda
regarding
will fix based on
policy.
see the and what has also evolved is people are coming to some focus groups like fabric related one issue के अंदर आरोग्य मैंने बताया था ऐसे for गर्भ संस्कार that is for health something had come up so education
Thank you.
some things have come up.
When you
So,
say roti
those are
kapda
also there. So we
makan,
thought-
you should also say coconut oil you add. She says add waste.
I said पानी और waste मतलब not
But
just solid.
overall,
Sir, coconut is there in all the three.
because we can attract at least two places are there to start with. Then lot of
He made
options are coming
makan
up.
out of
There's
coconut
another
oil.
place that is coming up. There's lots of
Something back.
So let us start something.
I got a little
So
scared.
Let this be a catalyst. So
And,
let's do a
I
celebration.
started
So that
thinking
we all come
that
together.
this will be the last meeting
and
here.
then do a workshop.
You know why?
Friday until
Because you said that
2 nights workshop.
you will teach people how to make coconut oil and all
One day
that.
festival.
My business will be
ऐसे करके
disturbed.
करते हैं.
And regarding
Workshop is for
Oh, then this is my
specific topics they will experientially learn.
onion.
And food के बारे में how
This is
to
not
actually
sweet.
do it consciously.
This is not sweet.
Okay.
Rather than the theory,
It's ambali.
the practice.
Ambali है?
Not the
Ambali,
whole of
ambali.
it.
Vijayendra, you should take some photographs and post it somewhere so that people know how much fun and how much conscious.
It's all there.
It is there.
You can also from different directions.
श्रीकांत जी,
Don't spread it out.
ये सब जरूरत नहीं है, आप वो थाली का फोटो ले लो, बाकी समझ आ जाएगा लोगों को।
Take some picture of that table.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. That table picture. You already posted I saw.
I want to see the expression of faces as they
That should be there.
consuming it.
No, the more happier will be the person who is serving.
You are a consumer.
Yeah, now you will take picture.
Wow, something is right.
The man is serving
Look
also
at Rama just holding that ladle.
laughing, you know.
It is amazing.
Last time my
He's like a
largest
magician holding the wand.
largest number of views were where he was serving me. Number was-
I love to start.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
That
I know.
picture got lot of voting.
But you know, this act of serving starts with your washing vegetables to cutting and preparing it. Your serving starts there, you know, because you are conscious about what you want to serve.
One day we can do cooking as a
Absolutely, absolutely. Then 1 or 2 days when
I
you have
cut
this
the
working meeting,
vegetables, I
no?
love cutting.
Then we should cook together.
See, one thing I will take you from that. Coming Saturday, 14, the second Saturday, we will have a
summer
नहीं
trip.
सेकंड सैटरडे मैं नहीं आ सकती आप लोग को रखूंगा जब मैं नहीं आऊंगी
Sunday?
पहले सुन तो लो क्या है
हाँ सुन लेंगे पर सेकंड सैटरडे मैं नहीं आऊंगी हाँ
संडे
Sunday or Saturday, okay?
सेकंड सैटरडे मेरा बुक है
संडे इज ओके राइट
This is a very special picture.
15
और फोर्थ संडे एंड सेकंड सैटरडे ये दो चीजें बुक है
This is from Magic Bollywood.
Oh.
15th is second Sunday 15th का summer drinks so there will be one day
हाँ, that's right,
celebration
yeah.
that was there which we had thought about so this is now the time is there so
Date
because
announced and the venue only.
I told you, no, you can have it in our office.
Yeah.
Under quarters.
and
मेरे घर में भी रख सकते हैं मेरे घर में भी रख सकते हैं
but there
No, this the quarters there will be at least 80 families.
15th, date is fixed.
15th is fixed morning is coming and preparing afternoon and evening is serving and
You can
eating.
come and see and tell what we want to put
And
there.
small concept, small singing concept.
ठीक है let's get back again
yeah continue so we have it in the last week of
July that is fixed
as of now
and where is
we'll decide later अब क्या करेंगे उसमें वो करते हो वो करो that is more
And
important
similar just to take out any roads do and what do we do?
Still,
conceptual also we have to get because we have 5:30 we have to close we will take conceptual post and then we will summarize and put it in the group
still we are not coming into the track.
हाँ ट्रैक में भी आओ हाँ
हाँ
Yeah,
I want to
Now we are still on the track. Let us come to the and on the track. Once we put it on the rails, the things will go on its own. Still we are not on the track. This is my.
Huh?
He's talking about his bandi.
what will we do
So
With leaders,
like any other event, I want a little help. I'm just putting this. So there'll be a different departments which will festival celebration is fixed. Thereafter of there'll be a workshop and then there'll be a common event where there'll be Santa or Bela or Utsav which will call all the audience who can come. That will be so different departments will be involved in that. We need so one of them for sure is there'll be an organizing committee, right?
संता में क्या क्या रखोगे वो बताओ
हाँ, बताया था ना अभी
नहीं बताया।
Anything.
नहीं बताओ
हाँ,
अभी
so there'll be artisans.
करेक्ट बोली मैं
हाँ, so that we have to finalize. Whoever takes up those
No,
activities.
tell them.
अभी
Some
sample
sample
बोलो।
I'm telling you.
Sample, हाँ,
हाँ,
sample।
so there'll be artisans like potters and weavers and there are sculptors, small sculptors.
See, there will be each stall. One stall will be for Green
Artisans.
India Marketing Enterprises.
हाँ ऐसा हो
Now, people like us also can participate.
That is what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying, nah.
Your name also I'm saying you don't know. You forgot your name or what? Green India. What else you will put? Green India Marketing. You have to put this item only.
or Srinivasa's Green
One
India.
stall, Green India Marketing.
And
Somebody else will have something else. So different stall will be there.
there could be a small satellite of Chenita Santa team coming in and putting it there. There is this.
Everything.
Yeah, And there is-
But the bottom line is आपको conscious living के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए, which is एक तो जो है tangible items होगी, intangibles तो is what we want to be delivering in the wisdom what we share.
Yeah.
जो tangible items है वो बिकने के लिए that will allow you to connect to the last mile people, to the producer, manufacturer, whatsoever.
Right from
तो उसका लिमिट आई थिंक देयर इज नो लिमिट.
There is no limit.
अब रोटी कपड़ा मकान के हिसाब से देखा जाए इवन एन आर्ट पीस वी कैन से जनरली आप कॉन्शियस लिविंग या सस्टेनेबल लिविंग की बात करते हैं देन फर्नीचर डजंट कम इनटू द पिक्चर. बट इफ यू लुक एट लैंटाना बेस्ड फर्नीचर या फिर बैम्बू बेस्ड फर्नीचर इट बिकम्स अ सस्टेनेबल फर्नीचर फॉर्म. तो नजरिया पे
we can have bamboo people, we can have artisans, we can have utility items, pot making.
We can have arts and craft dances.
First week from Madurai.
Hekomat.
There is a palm artisan.
It's already there.
Yahama. Palm artisan.
Palm leaf, with that they make a jute and they do the carts and chairs in the old traditional.
Yes.
As I have this grandfather chairs and all lay down at my house, I'm bringing them on first week.
Okay, wonderful.
Anybody want to come and see that how they are doing? Because the wife and husband 80 years old, they are
They
the
could-
last guys. Is just keep on.
We can have small places where they show that how they make
Anybody
it.
want to come and see?
it could just
First week they are coming to Madurai.
Madurai.
In Madurai, they will stay for 2-3 days.
May
in our
first week.
Our house.
Okay.
And anybody want to, we
Please.
can come to your place.
Yeah.
And we'll bring 2 chairs or something that I have it gold with the antique chairs. They will give the demo and they'll talk about their journey from childhood to now, how it got and all.
Nice.
Like that we can do. Anyway, they're coming.
Yeah.
I would like to
Raghu
share.
Wacha.
సో ఒకటి బేసిక్గా నాకు ఏమర్థం ఏంటంటే అంటే ఫస్ట్ డే సెకండ్ డే థర్డ్ డే అవుతుంది. థర్డ్ డే ఇస్ అబౌట్ ఆల్ మేలా అండ్ పీపుల్ విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ స్టాల్స్ ఎక్సెట్రా. అయితే అక్కడ అలాంగ్ విత్ స్టాల్స్ అవి కమింగ్ అప్ విత్ సర్టన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్షియల్ థింగ్స్. స్టాల్స్లో ఎక్స్పీరియన్షియల్ థింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి కానీ ఆర్ వి కమింగ్ అప్ విత్ మోర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్షియల్ థింగ్స్ వేరే పీపుల్ క్యాన్ కమ్, పీపుల్ క్యాన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్, పీపుల్ క్యాన్ గో.
Third day is the interaction. Third day is the interaction. We should
example
give-
అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అంటే నేను ఏమనుకుంటున్నా అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ వాళ్ళు వచ్చి అంటే అంటే బేసిక్గా మనం ఇది కాన్షియస్లీ ఏదైతే అనుకుంటున్నామో వాళ్ళు ఇట్లా వస్తూనే ఈ మట్టిలో వాళ్ళని నడిపించి తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. అంటే ఇట్లాంటివి ఎన్ని ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ మనం క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఇన్ ద హోల్ లాస్ట్ డే, ఎందుకంటే లాస్ట్ డే ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ అస్ అండ్ లాస్ట్ డే ఈజ్ సంథింగ్ విచ్ విల్ ఇంపాక్ట్ పీపుల్. సో మనం ప్రతి ఒక్కటి ఎట్లా ప్లాన్ చేయాలంటే ఫస్ట్ మట్టి మీద వెళ్తారు, దాని తర్వాత ఇంకో దాని మీద వెళ్తారు, దాని తర్వాత ఇంకోటి చేపిస్తాం, అట్లా 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 తీసుకెళ్ళి దాని మధ్యలో మనం స్టాల్స్ పెడితే బాగుంటుంది.
Even if we are planning to do it like a Nagaratnam's place or somewhere, we can make actual planting also by these people who wanted to learn it.
Excellent.
So
That is what we wanted.
That's the experiential thing that
That is what we are looking for.
And these ideas we'll get when we go to those
Go to
places.
the places.
I think every place or every utsav will have its own.
Will have its own speciality.
And whoever is organizing that
And normally, sir, we can take it pan India.
That's what I'm saying.
People will be waiting for this utsav to come to their place.
We made it pan India only.
Yes, this celebration has to be.
We made it pan India.
And Dr. Gar, it's not pan India. Anyone, anywhere can
Anywhere
do
in the world.
It's not,
Pan
anyone
world,
can do it.
pan world.
It is
Pan
a,
world.
because it's a common topic. Anyone can do
Pan
it.
to-
Now, if you can figure out 10-15
See.
experiences
Yeah.
for the day,
చేద్దాం.
along with experience, for example, మట్టి ఉందనుకో, మట్టి తర్వాత మనం కుండలు పెడతాం. దాని తర్వాత చేనేతలు ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళని ఇట్లా కుట్టించిన తర్వాత ఈ చేనేతలు వాళ్ళు పెడతాం. Yeah, yeah, it's
One
Yeah.
Already I done everything. I done 7 years continuously there. 2 days is a very close people. If you want to interact, okay, just like that. Already 3 days workshop. Okay, and third day is the almost 2,000 people are coming without intimation.
No,
Every
our
day-
strength is-
I think you also know.
We keep discussing now.
And
Our strength is
what I-
laptop already have done such
What I
things.
do, half acre land, I do marbles. I keep some marbles there. I keep some kites there. I keep everything. More than kids, elders used to go and I used to go
Wow.
and
They have
and
old memories.
like that they go and
Old
they-
memories.
Next time.
Therefore, and that Vamana Kuntalu, that's a traditional one, and snake and ladder games, everything I kept in the half acre land. Okay. and
Ante.
like that.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనము don't
kite.
we don't need to limit. ఇంకోటి నేను చెప్పినట్టు లాస్ట్ డే అంటున్నాం కదా, లాస్ట్ డే ఇస్ ద లాట్ మోర్ మెటీరియల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్. మనం ది సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ షుడ్ బి డ్రివెన్ ఆన్ ద ఫస్ట్ 2 days. అది కోర్ ఆఫ్ ద సాఫ్ట్ పార్ట్ కదా.
But then what we can do now, that street food kind of thing. Okay, one lady will come and she will just
No, what we
fry
do-
the peanuts on the sand in the traditional way.
Yeah.
She will sell.
What we suggested is we will not have any dinner lunch provided together. We will have different stalls for
Same.
different people. Everybody can buy then and there and eat.
And even the,
Another-
And all that will be
We
the
can-
traditional style and the things
We
which
can
is
announce.
just-
We can announce.
See, one thing,
Any old lady,
Yes.
80 years old lady, she can come. We volunteer her. She will cook and show
Cook and
her
show
own
how it
childhood
is.
items. Okay, she will sell. Okay, such kind of.
no, 100.
I think
See,
we can
I-
also
this is
circulate
the-
this message to the villagers and ask them this festival
Yes.
is going to happen. You can showcase
Great.
your points.
So we already have Rambabu Garu has done it
7
several
years
times.
ago.
Several times. So we have references and real people, numbers, names, all that we know. And the thing is, the way we are going, if we don't divide departments and take
Yeah, we
responsibility,
need to have people
then
who
if we
will
don't
do
do
what.
that, I am okay to conduct another meeting like this because I am enjoying it. All of
You
these
must
inputs
write
are
down.
good.
Now write down
So,
now.
if
Come
you
to
finish
the
that,
I
then
will share my experience of what I do. Okay.
Rambabu, tell in terms of departments.
Yeah,
Like food is one of them.
But the one thing is, one is the main thing is the hospitality.
Right.
Hospitality.
Yeah.
Hospitality.
Who? Now write the names also.
Hospitality. What I do, no, if I invite some artisan from the Srikakulam, okay, Srikakulam is the weaving team. They have a rare artisan skill that, weaving skill that with fish bone only they do. Okay, they take the yarn and all. It's only one area in whole world. They have unique tradition to take the yarn from the fish bone. I want to showcase those things. That's why I got from there to Hyderabad. For 3 days, they did the and like that. For that, I choose 100 people, 100 close people like this and all. I request this guy, you only the responsible for this team. He will go that day to the railway station. He will bring them. He will keep in his house, and he will bring along with him to the hotel. That 3 days will happen. Another one Kathakali dancer come from the Orissa. You are the responsibility. You will go into the airport and will bring her. That's all your responsibility. Like that I distribute.
Fantastic.
Okay,
So,
so
hospitality,
hospitality I will
hospitality
take
like-
care of.
Huh?
I will take care
Perfect.
of.
No,
it.
no, no, one thing.
Hey,
I will
one
explain.
department is over.
No, I will explain everything what I do. I will
Now
write
put
down-
2 people, 2 or 3 people.
No, very much. We need minimum 2 per each department.
My
Yes, yes,
experience.
done.
3 people. There can be common people also.
And why I do like that means that people could feel that this I am coming to another house. Okay.
Ante.
Till all the artisans, all the dancers, all the things from all over the India, still they connected to me. They feel that we participate in different. But here we feel it's our house. second house.
And it
Coming to our
solves a
house.
lot of problems.
Exactly.
Transportation, food.
No, but the thing is, no, hospitality means what I listed is that, summarize this one. Transportation, accommodation, and food. All of these things, whoever the guests are, this will minimum you have to take care of everything. But I've just listed these 3 as well. Medaji is the house
I
captain
think
for
the
that.
overall
But to
responsibility.
identify people
I-
is her job.
And she is the captain, so she will manage people. and all
Furthermore,
that.
it also depends कि भाई program हो कहाँ रहा है यहाँ से
Yeah.
पता
She will take help from us and all of that. We don't
Second
help.
is the
Event.
event. Second is the decoration. Anything decoration means eco decoration only. Whatever. I go to the village, I bring the bullock cat and keep there and just I tie the small
So
things
I
like
want
that.
people to do
Just
all
like
that.
that. Okay.
Put
The
Put 2
decoration
people.
also
Ram
something
Babu
like
and
what
Mohan
could be
Reddy.
the
Manmohanji.
localized things which we collect from the different houses.
We can change, but leave those 2 people.
And that also
Department
he
is
should take
putting
his responsible
his-
for his own handi. Okay, he will should
Next
bring that
step.
handi.
Eco
to the
decoration.
village.
I may be the
He will-
consultant to everybody for that.
Yeah.
But I
Everyone is-
cannot take the
Yeah,
responsibility.
Record to
he will fill the
Eco
water.
decoration, Rambabu is nominated.
No, Rambabuji and
Food,
Manmohan, 2 3
food.
people will put.
Yeah, what he will only bring that car, that thing. If you have the one cart, old traditional cart, small thing, folding one, just like a daba kind of thing, you will bring.
Ante.
You only even that's your handle. Okay, you should bring and you should display there. Somebody can
Ante.
sit and somebody can do like that. They do.
So
it's a decorating kind of thing.
what I put it is event organizing team. No? One of them is decoration.
Decoration, hospitality.
Hospitality is separate
అయిపోయింది.
department.
గంట
Event
అయిపోయింది.
organizing lo
Next.
decorating the venue.
నెక్స్ట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ చెప్పండి.
स्टॉल लगाना
Next is a food.
स्टॉल लगाना है
Decoration stalls.
Food.
Stalls. Most important is
Stalls
stall
is
and
that.
then business.
And
Selling the
Food
stalls.
food stalls.
One is stalls will be the different thing.
Yes,
Selling
yes.
it.
And
To distributing to
food
people is
stalls
also
will
big
be
job.
the different department, which can be means hot cake. The
Huh?
people who are having will have something like that.
Another thing is the fill station.
put-
If we were
put
doing
people.
any fill station.
So Rambabu Garu is organizing and in this one and Manmohan Reddy garu.
That is for this.
Event organizing.
Echo.
Only decoration.
Decoration.
One second. He's in the flow. Let him finish first.
No, then we wanted to write those.
Yeah, that we
As
recording is
an-
there. Recording.
As and when.
No,
It doesn't
one
work.
by one, he's giving us the departments and we are just
Putting the
discussing,
people also.
getting the things finalized so that the time
Yeah.
has spent
Next one.
to this particular piece or the particular thing as a leadership. All of us
No, not
are
that.
working as a team.
See, this is the administrative team na Neeraj ji.
Whatever I
Easy
know,
to-
And suppose you are a coordinator,
That's all.
you have a shortfall, you need more support. You will ask for support.
भाई पूछ रहे थे कि
It's,
लोगों को
नहीं,
जमा करना कि तुम आओ हम
ये सारा हम कर देंगे।
हाँ, वही चीज़।
जब वो आएंगे उनके लिए स्टॉल सेटअप करवाना ये सारा
नहीं, वो नहीं बोल
responsibility।
रहे।
नहीं ये सारा सेटअप इंक्लूडिंग पीपल मैनिंग द प्लेस।
See, I hope we have the experience of Saptaparni. I hope. Saptaparni.
This-
Yeah, you also have the experience of that.
नहीं,
Tell
not
what is
managing,
it?
I have only attended
This,
things.
like these people will come in their kind of a small center. It is.
People are used to setting up exhibitions, they will only come. How they bring their products is
okay, hang on.
What I got her point कि how we are getting these stalls. So that we all
No,
in one
people
context.
are saying, people, not stalls.
Exhibitors.
Exhibitors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
that's
exhibitors.
what we will do.
Stalls means the same. Stalls
हाँ,
means the
yes,
same.
terminology
We
अभी समझ
We
गए।
give the form from some people.
We got the things.
We हमको समझ में आया, we completely
What you are
understand.
saying, what last time हम लोग क्या बात करते थे, रघुनंदन me and you had that time क्या बात किए थे कि हम लोग we make a list of all types of कौन है इस
वो अलग है ना।
वही
वो-
है वो
हाँ,
नहीं है
वो list
वो
यहाँ पे
नहीं है
भी invitees will be those.
एग्जैक्टली
हाँ,
तो
वो
वो
कैसे
हम
ना-
have to identify ना कि भाई चलो
हाँ,
फॉर
मालूम
एग्जांपल
है।
आप कपड़ा जैसे तुम क्या पता है मकान में जैसे पता है तो मकान बनाने के लिए व्हाटएवर इको फ्रेंडली कौन कौन लोग डील कर रहे हैं
वो
उनको
that will
आइडेंटिफाई
become-
करना
that's subsequent-
That's what we will work on.
हाँ,
That's what they will work on if they need
हाँ,
the
we will work on that.
Everybody should give the input and we will do the coordination.
Absolutely.
Answer करा।
That's it.
And there are group is there anyway. Whatever we are getting the things we can discuss in the group.
Absolutely.
And one question is, any other main programs?
Yeah, I think the agenda part is still not discussed. That's what I was asking for. Agenda अगर discuss करते हैं ये सारा could be the second
Agenda
phase.
of
The three days journey or a 2-day journey, whatever we will be
The
talking
key
about.
elements of those 3 days.
Focus areas of.
You read out what he told already in the beginning. That was the starting point.
No, he only gave us elemental aspect
That's
as in ये workshop होएगा करके. But what is that we want to do as part of the workshop is not been discussed. वो मैं बता रहा हूँ.
See, the designing of the aspects of this thing, Dr. Garu will do.
No, we will put we will put 2-3 people as a team. Plan what is there for all the 3 days. Good.
I'm in for it.
Yeah.
I would also like
Put
one.
all the 3 people. 1, 2, 3.
ठीक
क्या
है।
क्वेश्चन पूछा गया
What is going to happen 3 days?
3 days event planning.
From Friday evening to Saturday
Evening
evening.
programming.
What is
Event
going to
schedule.
happen?
Event
Event
schedule.
schedule.
Session क्या चलेगा?
शेड्यूल
Every session क्या चलेगा?
Raghunandan, Arvind Raj.
Arun.
Arun Raj.
ఇంకోటి ఒక
And everybody's inputs are welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone has to.
Everybody has to.
Yeah,
And I
have
have-
a point in it. అంటే
చెప్పండి.
ఇప్పుడు మామూలుగా there are certain events that happens all across the world. ఒకసారి ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఫస్ట్ డే వచ్చేసి దే హ్యావ్ 3-day ఈవెంట్ ఉంటుంది. అక్కడ ఒక 3,000 మందిని 4,000 మందిని పిలుస్తారు, ఒక 1,000 మందిని 500 మందిని అట్లా పిలుస్తారు. పిలిచిన తర్వాత దాని తర్వాత వాళ్ళ నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అనేది వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారు అనమాట. అంటే ఒక 2 lakh ప్రోగ్రామ్ అని అట్లా ఇస్తారు. సో ఇప్పుడు మనము వాట్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఈజ్ ఐ థింక్ నేను అనుకునేది ఏంటంటే ఈ 3-day ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో ఆ 3-day వీ హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ యాజ్ మెనీ పీపుల్ యాజ్ పాసిబుల్ లైక్ ఎగ్జిబిషన్. దాని తర్వాత we need to filter out the cream of the people wherein we can give the custom made programs that we have. ఇది ఒక థాట్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఒకటి అనుకున్నాం, ఇది ఒక థాట్, జస్ట్ థింక్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. ఎందుకంటే ఎవరైతే ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఉన్నారో మనకి ఫిల్టర్ అయిపోతారు. Let us target as many people as possible for 3 days to come.
That's the right way to do fishing.
To take a cue from that, the next thing is media and marketing. We have to do that for this one.
Right.
Because people will come, but we have to ask them to, we will send the keywords out, what our message is, and then whoever gets attracted to that, they will come to the event. And there is now a programming thing which they are going to design. Depending on that place and all of those things, how many we can cater and all that, there will be some this thing, and within that language we can attract that kind of people. We can tell them that there is limited seats. It could be 100, it could be 200, it could be 20, whatever it is. Yes, it is there.
No, we can have as many number of pre-festival conferences to open it up to people with the queries, questions, what will happen, such things, so that maximum popularization happens, so that we will have larger number of groups.
And I have another good idea.
Write it down as a
Anybody knows
pre-festival conferences, as many as we can.
Anybody knows about Learning Societies on Conference, LSUC?
Heard of them?
You know it, right? You know the model. So what we have to do is, we are going to sit and fix the programs, right? Now certain programs will be organizers programs. And there will be spaces in between. So now what they will do is, there will be a chart with dates, 3 days. Maybe you put half an hour, something like that. Okay. Now Srikanth decided that, suppose 8, 9, 10 is our program. 8, 9, 11 to 11:30. He is going to do some program. He will go and write it there. On whatever topic or whatever that you're going to do. I am going to show a demonstration of pottery or something like that, whatever.
For extraction of coconut oil.
That is WTPS.
Exactly, that's what.
Yeah, how to
So he will decide whether half an hour
Or
or 1
making
hour
this,
like
what
that.
is this called?
Making this. So like that, each one of them will volunteer, and then there will be spaces in the location. That is probably you call it spot A, spot B, spot C. Now they will decide spot C. It will be clear. There it will be clear which is occupied, which is not occupied. This is on a first come first served basis. It's a beautiful model. Works very good.
Yeah, what we can have is, we can have these stalls little extended with whatever facility they require in plan, and then create such a parallel programs. These all can be parallel
Exactly.
Programs also.
On the side.
conferences generally.
So these should lead to
Tutorials.
further workshops that may be coming.
Yeah, that's what.
And his idea was also brilliant.
Parallel tutorials. Write it down as well.
The sensorial experiences,
Yeah.
we're looking at a lot of people to come in. And you might want to actually plan it out and plan it out also for
Yeah,
3 to
exactly.
4 days time. And that's when, I mean, it should be well curated again. Otherwise, curate nahi karte hai na.
Write
Okay.
it, tutorial programs.
And one more, in addition to this one, see, have anyone been to IKEA?
Yeah.
IKEA, yes.
IKEA, what they do is they allow us to experience one module after another module. So we need to, Rambabu Anna, taking help of Rambabu Anna, if we can create an experiential tunnel, if you can create the tunnel wherein we make people experience one after another, along with various things or various artisans or whoever would be participating in it, and it should be very focused. I mean, the tunnel, they should not go out of tunnel. So we have to restrict it in a way that they have to experience it at any cost. And one after another, if we can
This is so European in what you just said. हमारे यहाँ तो थाली होती है. Nobody decides, how we eat our food.
अगर हम ऐसा curate करें ना, it will be amazing क्योंकि ये मट्टी में
Curated learning, but we can have self-directed learning also.
Are
We
you
can do
talking
that.
something like a food tunnel, a clothing tunnel, shelter tunnel, things
तो
like
जैसा
that?
हम करें ना, that is the reason
I got your point, but I'm trying to see, it shouldn't be compulsive. It should be actually coming out of a lot of free-spirited exploration.
See, one thing.
No, that will be a guiding map.
See, I think. It's not about compulsion. It's about we making them conscious about the things that we have. So if we, because at the end of the day we want people to be conscious of experience the conscious living. So it should be made in that way so that people can experience all sorts of things that we really want them to experience. So then after end of the tunnel they'll feel अरे क्या बात है यार मैं मट्टी में गया मैं बोरिया खेला मैं वो करा ये करा उसके बाद then they'll start telling. First day they will be dull, but from second day onwards people will start telling to people because it's all about experience, sharing experiences. It will go like wildfire. And as you told me, you know,
I
next
had one meeting with the Nawab of
This is kind of a...
For 3 days
So
we
he's also planning.
should
He's
have very
also
clear
planning
cutting stage.
for some organic fair. He said.
not a easy task.
Not a easy task.
It's not easy task. Whatever I do, easy once, only once.
Can we go to him and
For my
discuss?
program, all over the world is coming. Even Singapore se
Actually, it is in pipeline, he said.
We could discuss.
Yes.
See what we have Nagarpana is totally into that.
I think he experienced.
I experienced many years.
We could tie up.
See.
One second.
3 days is a very toughest thing.
If we are joining with them, it will give the
See,
more
friendship,
wider
cutting stage.
thing.
See, 4 years.
It's very challenging.
Marketing.
See, media and marketing is there.
Flyer making, all that will become part of it.
Small interruption.
So having why you are not having
experience, I saw that
such a sweet lady and not having sweet.
and all like, we have
Such a sweet lady and not having sweet.
छोड़ो मत.
See this. Even one second. See, last 5 minutes is there. If you have to wrap up at 5:30.
yeah, 1 second.
So one second. One second. The thing is, there are some major things that we have to assign people to. This discussion will continue post also for as long as we are there.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Identifying people.
yeah, this. So there is one important thing is media and marketing. That is important because we have to. There's one major purpose of it is to tell people. So who is
Vijay.
Vijay Garini.
who is actually connected to some media people and newspaper people
Yeah.
and channels?
My recent
Not
elections,
controversial.
they had TV.
See, Hyderabad media is a full corrupted. You have to give money first, then only they'll speak.
That's why friendships and links are needed.
No,
na?
friendship can be given.
जन्म टीवी से आ जाएगा आपने.
కొంచెం ట్రై చేస్తాను లాస్ట్
जन्म टीवी.
కానీ వాళ్ళు
Kerala.
తెలుగు. जन्म तेलुगु स्टार्ट हो गया.
And then Raghu, Vishakhan.
No, don't put my name. मेरा नाम सुन के जो आते हैं ना वो बाद में पैसों के लिए
Why? That's what I'm saying. Most of them are more corrupted.
Actually, they always go for the events where they get the money.
Money.
With concern with me. So if they are coming with the concern with me, they will be thinking, हाँ विशाखा मैडम का है ना अच्छा पैसा मिलेगा. तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा.
So then I'm putting Raghu also. We see how we have to figure this thing out. Okay, no problem. So other thing is there is accounting, finance. There should be one department which handles finance, right? That commerce, right?
News channel.
So see, finance is another one.
What about seed capital?
Sponsorships.
Sponsorships.
అదే ఫైనాన్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ వచ్చింది
అది మీడియా అండ్ స్పాన్సర్షిప్ ఒకటి చేసుకో. ఫైనాన్స్ సెపరేట్ చేసుకో.
మీడియా అండ్ స్పాన్సర్షిప్.
And basically have to be
సో మార్కెటింగ్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్ మీడియా అండ్ స్పాన్సర్షిప్ కాదు.
See, media and sponsorship work hand in hand.
రైట్.
See, there is
And
one-
obviously finance teams are married to them.
Media, finance, marketing, everything goes together.
There is one more thing, like there may be some similar things keep on happening either other chota mota product, like she is saying about something. So we also have to identify which all have already
Finance,
been in
media,
place and which
marketing.
are in pipeline. So we can also become a bigger group instead of having chota chota. So that also needs to be identified. Who all are planning to do it?
PR,
Who have already done
PR,
it.
and PR.
మీడియా మార్కెటింగ్ అండ్ పిఆర్.
PR connect with the.
Somebody is planning on
Without
it.
single end.
Then PR
I have a Sankalp idea.
So you put your name also, her name also you put
But
that,
it
but
goes
PR part
to
also will be there.
peak level almost. How it happens. Friends and circle, I have a very good team. That's why if anybody comes and they want to give contribute some money, I don't touch that money. Single day, single program, I don't even think about the money.
Fantastic.
Even the 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs also, I never think it happened. In India, Kumbh Mela happens. In India, nothing will do anything just like it by planning. It happens. I believe that system. If you do with selflessly,
Sankalpa.
if you did selflessly,
Adbhutam.
all the 7 years I done without single entry.
Fantastic.
Okay, the programs are very highly,
I mean, you should experience it. The vibe is very, very good.
almost one time I performed the Indian dance as the one theme. I all over the corners, Kathakali, Kathak, Mohiniyattam, Krishna.
What is great
Chilpur,
experience.
Chilpur.
Chilpur.
And second time, one time, our childhood games as a theme. Each year. But this also happened in one year. Harvest festival, I call it some harvest festival. Then till 2019, 13 to 2018, by seeing all the things, 2019, Chandigarh people called me, and I did same program at Chandigarh. And after that in Mussoorie and Haridwar, like that they invited me. The people who come and see this thing, they want me to help to do in their area. I went for 1 month. I just collected the local things and celebrated.
And simultaneously, why don't we, are you thinking of any conscious community membership?
We thought it should happen slowly. We were.
These are occasions where you can keep a form.
Yeah, that is possible.
I will discuss. Let's finish, because once the department's leaders, if there's anything missing, we'll finish it off and we can close this part and then we can move forward.
And add as many people as you can into this team as and when we
Teams
can.
plan. See, now people know, once you have taken a leadership of this thing, I will talk to one of them and then add some people to that, because some people who have not attended and have that interest, once the teams get formed, not 1, 2 people, like 3 or 4 people get formed, then it becomes an easier job to do.
And whatever he was telling, no, like
Experiential.
we can have few smaller sessions every now and then. You don't have to wait for the bigger session.
Oh no, 100%.
Correct.
Totally.
Oh no. Like,
We will have sessions for children.
See,
Now
we
the
just-
summer program, no, we could make it. It's not a big thing to be done. For children, we can do one children's
Absolutely.
program
Sir, I
somewhere.
sent out one poster that Anahad is holding today actually at 11 o'clock.
Orientation.
It's an orientation. So such programs I think should be a build up for the
Yeah.
Pre-festival conferences, orientation is there already.
Road shows.
Road shows, huh?
And the
Something
roads
which
are-
can pull that gathering towards our kind of this.
See, wherever we are now, assume that we are going to Karnataka's place, or maybe somebody can go there. We can tell them such a thing is happening. So that connects to 100 students means it is connecting to 400 people at least.
And our weekly programs that we are going also, we will announce.
We will
it.
announce.
Let people come.
Or one of the team can be conscious living. One of the team can be conscious living, focus.
Absolutely.
I thought one of the things that the whole has been that one conscious living.
We have
itself.
lot of running
Now
programs.
I'm
Pal.
talking
Input.
about
He is running a weekly program.
Yeah,
Not
പറയുന്നത്
this.
No, what I'm saying is all of this as a collective is leading to conscious living.
Correct. But what I'm saying, he has got a very focused Sky program, which is running every week for last few months. So in that, one team can be conscious living. So that's okay. See,
So they are charging nearly 38, 50,000.
I am going to Bombay for a program. My topic is conscious
Human
living.
process.
Last month I had a program.
What process?
They are
Philosophy
saying
family.
human
Conscious living.
process work. So they are saying, I just received this thing and they
Some
said,
package.
yeah.
एक बार ग्रुप में भेज देंगे आप प्लीज.
हाँ भेजूंगी, जरूर भेजूंगी. उनका एक पुणे में प्रोग्राम है, कल ही उनका कुछ मैं नहीं अटेंड कर पाई, एक फ्री सेशंस था. So before that program,
We
they
can
do
have.
the free sessions.
That is what I'm saying. The
So
pre-conference.
these free sessions, online sessions,
The
they are doing for
pre-festival
that.
conference
so that they will
sessions.
get
That I
the
already know.
memberships of 30,000, 35,000 for 6 days like that. They are having the packages.
लेकिन वो उतना ज्यादा बेचना है इसलिए इतना सारा फ्री बेचते हैं. तो हमने वो सब नहीं करना है.
नहीं नहीं
I
इतना
think-
ज्यादा नहीं है, but you know people should know our concept.
हाँ, बस वही करना है.
हाँ, we can't, हम लोग डायरेक्टली लोगों से जाके ये नहीं बोल सकते हैं ना कि हम ये कर रहे हैं आप कॉन्शियसली
will also be blank. That is why we want 2 minute video.
The cup has to be empty so that you fill it.
The problem is we consume and that will become blank.
Even he said the festival, so yesterday, day before
No,
yesterday,
I think the going is great. The going is very great, wonderful. I congratulate whoever has formed these ideas. And my feeling now is weekly once we will physically meet somewhere. Alright. And midweek we will have a Zoom meeting, and in that you have the breakout rooms, right? We will have 2 to 3 people, 4 people will go sit there, do the brainstorm, come out with the idea. And so as we progress, the idea will become very, very concrete. And simultaneously, we can start informing the institutions, schools, colleges, different people. This is what is going to happen. Would you like to participate? Would you like to participate in the planning level? Come out with your ideas. That can also be thrown out.
So we can open up physical, the pre-program conferences at as many places as we want.
Right.
No, in fact, I
different
would like to participate in one such as soon as next week.
Next week.
Hold a
What
workshop.
do you mean once? What is that?
I mean, if somebody wants to, let's say Rama wants to hold something or Doctor wants to hold something, I would like to be a participant in that.
No, but you also have to organize something, right?
So these will be some of those
things,
experiences which ultimately in Utsav will also find.
Beautifully.
So every week we can have 1 or 2
We can have
offerings
1 or
like
2
that.
I'll give you one more offer.
2
and that is-
sessions.
I'll give you my designer, I'm offering it to you, and we will start doing the designing part.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
We'll start it off.
Designing
Graphic designing. huh?
Yeah. The posters
Content
and other
design.
things will
Wow.
be started off, and then that color posters will start shooting.
So Srinivas sir was already in this, so yeah, in
Yeah,
that
he's
PR
already
market you are there
there.
in this.
We already posted him for others.
Okay, one second. I want you being a fresher and what are your concerns? Or
No, I was listening. I came with my mother.
just you tell me about what you.
He has no concerns.
What is your opinion about conscious living? You have any perception about that?
Whatever you heard so far, how much did it
What
make
is that
sense
in your
to
mind
you?
and what you are experiencing?
I came with a, as you mentioned, empty glass, and you were filling it. And for now, I understood that there's an event which you're planning, and we're hoping to make the present year of the past year. So right now, we have which kind of a thing we do. And also, organizing actually I really like when you mentioned like his idea of having a tunnel through which we can understand all the ideas, or maybe trying of these dishes. Now, some of them I have tried. The paper sweet, no, I tried, but this drinks I had never tried in my life. It was something a new experience. So bringing these experiences to the people of present is something, is what I think is the core of our conscious living. Now, consciousness is related to all our scriptures and all. We speak of consciousness. But what is consciousness? Understanding Brahman is consciousness. That is what we are doing now. And I think
Consciousness is in action.
Yeah, that is the spirit we need to inject. Again,
I think it's not just 2 minutes.
That's what he's saying.
In a different style.
That is what we want. No, all of us wanted to have some small write-up.
He can speak for a whole day, but it's
Maybe if you have a laddu,
Actually, this is what we want.
Mohanji, he will ask you after some time, do you want anything more?
But I'm glad you asked the question because otherwise he would have shared that during his ride back home with his mother. Yes, of course.
Actually, when he started, no, I came with that empty glass. I thought he's going to say, I'm going to go and also an empty glass. That's what I thought.
Next week, what are the workshops I can look forward to?
Yes.
I'm not offering yet, but if somebody is offering,
Sure.
what are those offerings
There is
next week?
a 2-day session, overnight session that is happening at Anahal. That is one thing. We can. That is fixed.
Dates?
For which means that's the 7th and 8th and from in week so that people can attend.
And I eat other share also.
I think if we make it 5th and 6th, it will still be done.
I'm very conscious about
15
it.
till 8, 9th morning I'm not here.
On the day you follow.
6, 7, 8 I'm not here.
So now you understood, now you need to bring the
Where are you?
which you
Going
are
This is the program in Guntur on organic vegetable cultivation. My interest is I'm reconnecting with the cluster of farmers there. I've been disconnected for 10 years. A little bit disheartened. Also Corona and everything happened. So now I'm plugging in again. So I feel this is an occasion where all these people will come. Otherwise, once they get into cultivation, very difficult to network with. Now they're all free. In spite of 45 degrees, they'll come.
Why you want to visit?
I am not drinking organic.
He is going.
They are coming together.
Mela.
I know. Very
This is coconut oil. Coconut oil, coconut sugar, coconut milk, coconut powder, and marketing all this. You tell me.
But you are using plastic.
Give me a substitute.
I will give you.
No, but transparent.
Yes, okay.
Now she is marketing her product now. Packaging. Her specialty is packaging. So you
I
must
will be
use.
co-friendly packaging, so I can change the entire range with the
Oh, hello with that.
She is into that. That's what I'm saying. You all should get connected.
Is there any literature you could share? Is there any literature?
She will have. Give samples in that. Get it. This is the timer to market.
Not all the samples I have is in bioplastics.
So how much it would cost?
He has not put time.
I think you might want to ask what percentage would be higher or lower.
Can make the transparent very fancy.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. But instead of using so much of plastic, you can having a single layer of plastic. And it will be also the biodegradable plastic. Not this plastic.
ऐसा bottle करने का
Bottles का भी research bottles are under research.
ये वाला है आपके
We are making the paper boxes.
पेपर वाला
Paper boxes बना रहे हैं.
मेरे को ऐसा वाला कुछ है आपके पास सोल्यूशन
हाँ, paper boxes भी आप रख सकते हो इसको paper box को. We can have the for just for having the transparent.
No, but fries and all you need transparent.
We can manage the glass.
जो बता रहे हो ना एक बार दिखा देना तब समझ आएगा
बीच में थोड़ा प्लास्टिक का ट्रांसपेरेंट
Chandra, you were saying something, but you were silent.
Even this type of plastic bottles, the things can be done.
You were saying something.
So remember, get the packaging, conscious packaging. Her job is and Arun, he also has got a lot of organic items. Yeah. He is looking for marketing it with a place where he can show people.
हाँ जी.
You didn't have it. You have it.
No, business first. उसके बाद खाना.
Only some are getting this package.
नहीं नहीं सर वो प्लास्टिक है
These bags, they are just looking like the plastic, but they are made of the cornstarch and vegetable stock. Cornstarch and vegetable. When you are growing it into the soil, it will become a manure within 180 to 60 days.
अगर मुझे मतलब फूड पैकेजिंग करना है तो उसमें अगर डिस्प्ले में लगाना
So I think it's it has shown that the plastic. मतलब plastic का यहाँ पर 2 रुपए का मिलेगा तो ये सारा.
Transparency is a must. Display.
मेरा मेन कंसर्न वही रहा है
Yeah. ये राइस के लिए बस है.
But we can make this thicker for your rice and other.
What material is this?
Cornstarch and vegetables. All the 100% organic. This is certified product. And this kind of.
So I guys, couple of announcements में करूँ?
Sir ji.
Okay.
Body.
In a file.
One.
That's what is written on to it.
So this is not transparent, but we can make this. We do like this. We can make this.
और इसका गेज भी बढ़ा सकते हैं
Gauge भी बढ़ा सकते हैं.
Power of your marketing.
अभी वही that we.
No, what I want is I want few products to be kept in different places where we meet.
फिर इसके बाद then it's open for discussion.
Put the board on the so that
That is
everyone
use the outer stuff.
అది announce చేస్తారు.
and similarly,
I just want
your business
Only one night.
board input here so that we are consolidating this packaging also to
Then
everyone.
the carrot bag.
You have any you just B2B or B2C as well?
I don't feel bad about
I
that.
just
I
B2B
feel bad
or
about it.
B2C
They
as
know they're not
B2B.
doing well. They tell us to do more.
These are the water soluble.
अच्छा तरीके से तब पड़ी चलते हैं ना.
If we are putting गरम पानी में घुल जाएगा.
Sir, I can clear it this out.
Mixer हुआ.
मिक्स हो जाता है. मतलब गरम पानी में घुल जाएगा.
But you cannot serve any hot thing.
No, hot you can. Hot you can.
Bin bags, है ना? Bin bags.
So this is
Bin
Bean
bag.
bag. It's not a bean bag. In bean you can't put this. These are for the laundry.
that means you will become hot.
When underserved is there.
But
I
waste
think
bag,
waste bag you can't use for the water soluble, na, because we are having the waste bag.
these are all dried.
We are having the waste bag.
Liquid also should not have oil.
Oil we can't. He is not sustaining the oil. He is seeing the everything. These are the vegetable packing bags. You can have your organic vegetables.
Do one thing.
I have the price set.
Send me the price list.
Okay, sure.
I am to promote it for you also. Besides,
it was better
we want to do
Both of us in the same story, so you can do
Not healthy.
that to us.
That's it.
We can.
35 is the retail.
This is also coconut
Water.
Water.
Oh, wow.
How does it stay long?
without refrigeration.
देखो उसमें
It's an organic preservative from
अच्छा
Bharat.
थोड़ी देर
You
में
mean 10.
हाँ ये ऑलरेडी हो गया होगा.
10 days of recording.
Yeah, it's so much.
I will take it over.
Already this is super expensive. So it's become a whole
Well, if anybody is
Acha,
there
this
who can
coconut
deliver
powder.
at my place,
coconut powder. You don't use.
no, I make at my place. मेरे को बाहर का
I have it
पसंद
ready.
नहीं है. Coconut powder and हल्दी powder
Oh, it's
I don't
on.
buy from anybody.
But this is sugar.
See myself.
That is coconut sugar.
Unless you have no sugar.
Hey, you are keeping Kani bottles also here.
That's what it is.
That's you. That's my office.
Very
You
strong.
can.
Nobody
You can call
After
me.
the email can put inside that. No cover for you. That is it.
No, I will not use it.
That is it. Nobody catches, only your eye only catches.
अब क्योंकि अभी ये एड्रेस चेंज हो गया, आप मेरे को कॉल कर सकते हैं.
Yeah.
This is also Kani.
Dr. Garu, Srinivas Garu. Srinivas Garu, one minute.
You need couple of bottles.
We'll summarize it and we can.
We are
Yeah.
dealing with this. That's only what is clear.
Vishaka ji, एक second. So, just summarizing at this point for the festival.
Just push it to
No,
the
you
business.
mean how many?
Wherever we go, we
For
start.
now, I'll give it. It's here. It's here.
वो जरूरी भी है.
वो भी जरूरी है. ये तो चलता ही रहेगा. ये तो रहता है.
Yeah, for 10, right?
So
We'll give it a try.
we all know why we are doing this.
Where is Meena?
Just हाथ धोने के लिए. So we are clear about the work, and what we are doing is there is a workshop and there's going to be further refining and designing is going to happen, and we fine tune whatever. So that is also clear. When is last weekend of July? What we are trying to do is we are trying to do a workshop and a Veda. We know it, and details are going to be going. We will go into that, and where we are going to do it is yet to be decided. Who is going to be doing it is there are different departments, and then we have different people allocated to that. And how we are doing it is doing it as combined. So the nitty-gritty once we finalize, how will emerge out of that. So the department so far we have identified is food for volunteers and guests essentially during the event. 2 people, Latif Garu and Rambam Garu. And then media, marketing and PR, me, Srinivas Garu, Raghunandan and Vishaka Garu. Right? And then hospitality, which includes transport, accommodation and food of the guests and anyone needed. Right now it is Nedaji, anyone else can volunteer.
And a few.
And team lead though.
Everything is and the team only.
Everything is and team.
Led by Megha.
So uske baad, then there is event decoration by Rambabu and Manmohan ji.
And I'll be the consultant for decoration.
And team.
But not the
No,
responsible.
anywhere you can put
And team
cross
is
people also.
Yes.
So then foods and
Yeah,
stalls and
yeah.
see exhibiting stalls and food stalls. The whole organizing of that is by Srinivas Garu, Srikant Garu and Arun Raj, right? And then certificates, felicitation, mementos and gifts and awards, anything of that sort, everything is by Raghunandan and Vishaka. When the name comes, you will know. And housekeeping, and that is maintaining of the whole cleanliness of the place and planning and the waste management, everything is Arun Raj and Latif.
Any volunteers for any other team also you could ask.
But we put it now, they will.
They take care of flow of the program also. What are the programs you are doing? The flow of the program I can take.
So event schedule right now is the next one was event schedule. That is Raghunandan, Arun Raj and Srinivas. And that Vishaka ji.
आप नहीं है उसमें?
ये सब में है.
वो सब में है.
There is a crisis management finance.
नहीं अभी जो मेजर things
उसके बाद
जो होगा उसके लिए छोड़ के रखा है.
See, there is finance and accounting that needs to be done. Who can volunteer for that? Huh?
He said no, there is no need of actual one.
No, he says he will not touch money.
Intention is there.
What he can't.
Only हिसाब
Ramabu
रखें.
and Annaya and So उसके बाद then there is a crisis management thing or overall.
At the time of executing any crisis comes, okay.
So some people will be available.
On the line.
Yeah. So I will be part of that. And
Put your name also, finance, together.
In crisis you will write my name.
Yeah.
Nasser. Crisis.
Nasir ji.
Yeah.
So
You introduce yourself, many people have
so and just before that, so these are the things like food, hospitality, media, marketing, PR, event decoration, stalls, gift certificates, housekeeping, event schedule design.
Oh, lovely. कौन सा country?
French, we are talking in French.
In Africa, I was one of the youngest person to work in a peacekeeping mission. So that's where I actually learned language. My mom and dad both were government teachers. I had a passion of teaching. But as my father, he said that his teaching profession doesn't have. So my brother was into hospitality, my sister was in medical, me, I was into travel. But finally, when I got the chance, I jumped back and started teaching. So that's almost like 2015 I am teaching.
Where are you teaching?
Presently I am teaching in Solitude Global International in Hyderabad. I already had my own institute also for different languages, but it was closed down. So basically, it will be good for me to introduce about this thing that I have. Is we always try to alter the things and moderate and do a lot of things on a grown-up tree. So I think the basic when the seed is coming up, because when I see the children, they are like blank papers. I mean, whatever you write on them. And especially when my children ask, "Sir, you never scold us." I say one of the IS officer, one is a high court judge, one is a pilot. All the future politicians, leaders are sitting in front of me. How can I, disrespect them? So I'm basically starting from giving the language from the base level. And one more thing I've seen is like, people tend to invest in their children who are in degree or, at that moment they want to come and invest. And the kind of investment is, sir, how much money you want, make him to pass the exam, where it doesn't work. But the children, you won't believe, pre-primary children, if you tell them once, I had an opportunity, I was sent for a substitution. I was hardly there for 15-20 minutes. And for the next 2 years, this boy, small, he could not even reach me. He used to pull me wherever he used to see in the assembly or wherever. He used to pull me and start saying the alphabets. Wow. So it was really like, my vision is to invest over there for future generations to come.
Wow.
Super.
Good.
అంటే ఒక సామెత అంటారు భర్త లేక బడి పంతులు అని అట్లయితే భర్త లేక బడి పంతులు అని అంటారు. భర్త లేక బడి పంతులు అలా అయిపోయింది అంటున్నా.
అది ఒకప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు రిచ్ హైయెస్ట్ రిచెస్ట్ ప్రొఫెషన్ ఇస్ ద
school operators, the teachers still struggles.
Teachers are like,
The Chaitanyas and Narayanas are, anyway.
అంటే I like the passion in you. I mean, when you are talking, because many teachers I see they don't have passion.
see, I'm not a teacher by
There are countries where
just
teachers,
by luck. I choose to be a teacher.
there are countries where teachers are the highest paid profession.
Yes.
They are the most respected.
But अभी government
Because
school
they
में ऐसे
decide
ही
where
है
the generation will.
There is a good news for the teachers. I run an organization called Sky Global School,
Wow.
where we are working towards removing this term called teacher from this world.
Yeah, actually,
and
it's
in
facilitate.
its place we want to put facilitate.